We're now getting ready to transition into week 10 of the NFL's Way to Play offseason training. Now, as we move forward, we're entering a different area or different focus within our training as it relates to the game. And that area right now is the space and speed area of football. Space and speed, that's our game. It's blocking, it's tackling. It's when your big offensive linemen get out there on a mobility block through a screen or a trap or a kick out, whatever it may be. Anytime as a football player, you're covering ground prior to making contact with an opponent. And with that said, the focus is going to be different. We now want you to focus on getting strong in the space and speed area of the game. We now got better posture. Now let's build strength. So in today's workout, the focus of the day is going to be on applying more force through the ground by pushing harder with your foot. I want you to think about driving your foot through the earth every time you step up to the plate and we begin our movements of the day. So now let's get ready to play some football.
For our primary movement today, we're going to be using the deadlift with a 3-second count on the way down. Now, even though the deadlift looks like you're pulling the bar off the ground, remember our focus of the day is pushing the ground away with our feet. So make sure when you set up at the bottom of the deadlift, you have a good strong grip on the bar, take a deep breath into your belly and push the ground away with your feet rather than picking up with your back. There's also variations you can use, such as a trap bar if you don't have access to a straight bar, or if you lack the mobility to get into a good position with a straight bar. Another variation is also elevating with boxes or with plates underneath the bar. This will help you get into a good position if you lack the mobility to pick up off the ground. Remember, 3 seconds on the way down. The rotational squat is a great movement to work on strength and mobility through space because we're having to open up, put our foot down, and then sit into the squat. You want to make it as fluid of a movement as possible, alternating each way. And once you open your feet and sit down, it's just a normal squat, driving yourself back up closed at the top. With the single leg hip bridge, you're going to want to start this movement by putting your shoulders on a box or a bench and make sure it's a stable one that's not going to tip over. If it's not sturdy, push it against a wall so you have a base of support. Then you're going to set up in a hip bridge position, similar to how we set up on the ground, with your foot slightly outside the knee. And then you're going to lift one leg, keeping it straight, driving through the ground with the leg in the ground, really squeezing the glutes on the way up, making sure your hips stay even. The seated twist is a great core movement that really allows us to open up our shoulders and hips, getting good rotation in the core. You start in a crunch position, lifting your feet up off the ground, and then rotating from side to side, following with your eyes as you go. A modification for this exercise is putting the feet on the ground if you have a difficult time lifting the feet up off the ground. This will make you more stable and allow you to focus on rotating effectively. That's all for today's workout. Remember, we're focusing on pushing the ground away now because we're in the space and speed portion. We're not in posture anymore, but posture also needs to stay top of mind.